Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is Rajesh Yadav again, and in today's session I am going to cover a wonderful topic, that is dictionary tables. So let's move on to the first question. What is dictionary table concept? Dictionary tables are the tables that stores current SAS session metadata, and we can use that metadata to perform various operations. Dictionary tables store metadata about current SAS sessions such as libraries, datasets, macros, indexes, options, etc. You can also use SAS help views for the same corresponding tables. For dictionary.tables, you can use SAS help vtable. Okay, so if you do not want to use dictionary table, then you can use SAS help dot vtable. So there is corresponding views available so that you can use that and perform the same operation and get the same result. Let's move on to the next question. What type of information dictionary.tables and dictionary.columns contains? So as I told you earlier, these tables stores the current SAS session metadata. So these two tables should store the current metadata related to tables and columns. So the answer is, as name suggests, dictionary.tables contains information about datasets, number of observations, whereas dictionary.columns contains information regarding dataset and its columns. There is a lot more information available in those tables. All you need to just go and check the data. There are various variables that contains various types of information. Let's move on to the next question. What we can achieve using dictionary tables? Answer is, we can perform various operations that uses metadata, such as we can access all data sets present in one location, find out number of observations, columns in each data set, rename them, or we can find out if a particular column is present in how many data sets. Okay, till here we have theoretical questions, but here onwards we have practical questions. So these are the practical questions. Write a program to find out what all data sets in SAS user library contains ID variable. So in SAS user, we have various data sets. For my SAS session, there are around 93 odd data sets present into SAS user. So in this question, all you need to do is just find out what all data sets that contains ID variable. The answer is, all you need to do is you just need to use dictionary.column table. So proc equal select mem name. So mem name is the variable that stores data set name from dictionary.columns, where libname equal SAS user. So here SAS user I put in capital letters because the data is stored into capital letters into dictionary.columns, and name equal ID. So name would contain column name. Here result is member name. So now here you can see that in select we have mentioned mem name, but in the output it is showing member name. So guys, don't get confused here. The label is applied here. So that's why on mem name the label is applied. So that's why we are seeing member name in output. I hope this is clear to you. Let's move on to the next question. Write a program to add month name at the end of all the data sets present in SAS user library. So as I told you, we have number of data sets present into SAS user library. All we want is to rename all the data sets present into this particular library and just put underscore current month name at the end of data set. So if your data set name is admit, then it should rename to admit underscore March. Let's move on to the answer. Answer is on next slide. So this is a little complex. So if you can see here, I'm just creating one macro, that is rename dataset, and then %ment rename dataset and calling this. So in rename dataset macro, there are three sections. So the first section is here. I am using proc equal. In the second section is this. I'm creating macro variables, and in third section I'm just renaming the data set, running a do loop. Okay, so let's review it section wise. So in the first section, if you see, I just using proc equal and no print. I don't want to print the output into output window. That's why I put no print. Select mem name into d names separated by space. So here what I am doing, I am just extracting all the data set names and storing them into a macro variable called tnames. So whenever we use into and colon, we are storing the values into a macro variable, and we are separating each data set name by a space. So this way dataset's name will be stored into dnames variable separated by space from dictionary.tables while libname equal SAS user. So all the dataset names present into SAS user would be assigned into dnames macro variable separated by space. From this section, we got all the dataset names present into SAS user, and in the next session, what I am going to do is I am going to find out the current month name. So how do we achieve that? So here I am just creating a macro variable cur_date and assigning the value of sysdate. Sysdate is a macro variable that holds the system date. So system date is 31st March 2022. So guys, just to clarify you that when we store anything into macro variable, the value becomes a text value. So here we have 31st March 2022. So this is a string value now. Okay. And if you can see how many characters are there. So this is 2, 3, 5 and 9. So we have total 9. So this format, if we try to understand what format it could be, so it is date9 format, right? It's a date and 9, but it is in text format. So the next line, what I am doing, I am reassigning this current date macro variable again, but this time I am telling the SAS that okay, whatever value present into cur date, that is 31st March 2022, convert into SAS date. So I am using sysfunc and input n. So input function is not available with sysfunc, so we have to use the input n function. So I'm using input n, current date and date9. So here I'm telling the SAS, because we need to tell the machine that what value we have into cur date. So in cur date we have 31st March 2022. So we are telling the SAS that okay, read it this way. This is a date9 value. So when we give that statement, it will convert it into date. And I think we all know that SAS dates are number of days from 1st January 1960. So 31st March 2022 is the number of days, these number of days, 22,735 days from 1st January 1960. So this value will get assigned into cur_date variable now. Okay, in the next line, what I am doing, because we have a SAS date value, now all we need to do is just to extract the month name. So here I am using sysfunc. This time we already have a date, so we do not need to use input function to read, but we use put n. Put function is also not available with sysfunc, so we have to use put n. And cur date, this contains this value, and here we have applied one format, month name, MONNAME name. So this will give us the current month name. Okay, guys, here you could ask one question that okay, we already have this value, so we could have used MAR from here only. Yes, we could have used, but we have to use the substr function and then extract the value 3 MAR, but this will not give us a full month name. So this is the limitation here, so that's why I use it, this functionality. But if you want to apply 3 letter name of the month, then that is fine, you can use that also. Okay, in the next section I am just doing a do loop from 1 to SQL OBS. Okay, here you probably would get confused why I use SQL OBS. So here we just want to run a loop for all the data sets that are present into SAS user. So we do not know how many data sets are present. So whenever we use proc_SQL and when proc_SQL runs, it will create SQL OBS variable, and it holds the how many times that particular proc_SQL query executed. Okay, so how many observations or how many time it get executed. So those number of times it executed, that value will store here. So for my case, it is 93. 93 data sets are present. Okay, here you could have used one more option or function, that is word count. So we know that all our words data set names are stored into dnames macro variable. So we could have used a word count function, and that will give us the number of words present into this macro variable, and that way we can run our loop till number of data sets. In the next section, what I am doing here is the value of I equal 1 dset name. So I am creating one macro variable dset name, and I'm just assigning the value of scan dnames I. So dnames contains all the data set name. So here dnames, I am extracting the first data set name from here because a value of I is 1. So it will assign first data set name into dset name. Here you can ask one question that why we haven't given delimiter here. So since space is default delimiter, so that's why I did not mention that delimiter here. If you want, you can mention here. Okay, so we have received the first data set name into dset name. Now in the next step, what I am doing is just renaming the whatever presented to dset name, and we are just signing the March or month postfix. So here I'm using proc dataset procedure, proc datasets library equals SAS user, and then we have one option no list. No list means if we use proc dataset, it will give the list of all the dataset into SAS log. So I don't want all dataset names into SAS logs. That's why I mentioned no list. Next, I'm using change statement. Okay, so guys, please remember, if you want to rename a variable, then we use rename statement. But if you want to rename a dataset name, we use change statement. So here change dataset name, we have received the first dataset name into dset name. So for example, if we have a dataset name is admit, so here it is admit. Okay, and in the admit, and we are assigning the month name at the end of admit. So admit equal dset name, so admit, and then we are underscore current month. So current month, we already know that in current month it is March. So this way it will assign postfix the month at the end of dataset name. Then we are quitting this procedure and then end the do loop and %ment rename dataset, and here we are calling that particular macro. Okay, so this section let's review for second dataset. So if it is running for second dataset, then a value of I equal 2, and since we have 93 datasets in it, so it will 2, then it condition is true. It will go here, it will extract the second dataset name from this dnames macro variable, and then it will rename again. Okay, here let's explain this part little more. So I use here dot. Okay, why I use? Because if I do not use this dot, then the name would become here equal ampersand dset underscore name underscore ampersand current month. So the SAS macro would check for a complete variable ampersand dset underscore name underscore, but with the underscore we do not have any macro here. So we can see that okay, dset name, we do not have the underscore at the end. So we need to separate this particular macro variable so that there should not be any issue. So we have put dot here, but at the end of we do not have anything here, so we do not need to put dot here. I believe this is clear. I know this is little advanced, but if you try to understand it, or maybe I would try to copy this program or attach the program into description section so that you all can download it and understand it. Also, I would try to attach another program that would do the reverse, because once you made the changes in all the data sets into SAS user, then if you want to perform any operation, so March would apply at the end. So if you want to do the reverse or correct the name as it is that were before this program executed, so I just created one program that will reverse the everything, and I will try to attach. Okay, let's move on to the output of this program. So before running this program, these were the data sets. I know these are not all the data sets here, just few data sets screenshot I have taken. And after running this program, you can see that now the month name is attached at the end of each data set. So I think it's clear to you guys. Let's move on to the next question. Write a program to create output that contains dataset name and number of observations in each dataset present in SAS user library. So this would be very easy, because all we want is the number of observation for each data set. So whatever data set present into SAS user, just put the list, and in front of that each data set, just put the number of observations. So here is the answer. So we are using mem name. We know that mem name variable stores a data set name, and we are using NOBS. NOBS is number of observations. So this variable stores the number of observations from dictionary.tables, where libname equals SAS user quit. So output is here, member name, a number of physical observations. So don't confuse with the here variable name, and here variable name is showing different. So label is applied here, so that's why it is showing different, but name is same. All right, I think it's clear to you guys. Let's move on to the next question. Write a program to create output that contains dataset name and number of variables in each dataset present in SAS user library. So somebody asked you to do the analysis and print a list where total variables on each dataset present into SAS user library. So here is the answer. So here you will use mem name. Mem name stores dataset name, and NVAR, it stores number of variables in dataset. So from dictionary.tables, lib name equals SAS user, then quit. So output is member name, number of variables. For ACTs we have 4 variables, admit we have 9 variables. I think it is clear to you guys. So let's move on to the next. All right guys, so this is it. So the topic is complete, and I believe you understood this topic. If you have any questions, please do mention into the comment section, and I will try to give the answer. Also, I would request you all to please do subscribe the channel and like it or share it. This will give me motivation to create such more videos into the future. Also, the next videos I'll try to create videos on combining data sets. So till then, bye.